Due to the possible trauma bonding through all the highs and lows with a narcissist, alienated from friends and family, left with CPTSD, you may also have anxiety and health problems. Your energy levels might be drained. You've lost who you are, your self-worth, self-love, trust, money, homes, and so much more, making the narcissist discard incredibly painful and cruel. And most often it's done when you felt like you needed them the most. You've most often been left isolated from support, so the narcissist in your life is the one you turn to for help. Not that they genuinely gave you any help. Trying to understand who they even were, trying to know what's actually happened, isn't an easy process. It gets easier and life gets much happier once you break that trauma bond, build yourself back up and find your happiness again. Hello and welcome back to the channel, to all the returning subscribers and your continued support. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder, to give you more understanding of the people you might have been around throughout your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. This video is about the narcissist and their discard. Narcissists love bomb you, which many of us naturally mistake for the honeymoon stage, as they want to spend time with us as we do them. They flatter us as we mistook these for genuine compliments. Once we believe we're understood by them as no one has ever understood us before, they begin to devalue us. Not only do they devalue us, through their gaslighting and blame shifting, they have us believing everything wrong within the relationship is our fault. So we work harder to please them. They sell us an illusion of those false promises of the future to offer us those crumbs of hope. They offer us those intermittent reinforcements of when they play nice, so we believe it's us that needs to change. They destroy our self-worth and then they discard us like we meant nothing to them. Why do narcissists do this? The word discard means to get rid of something or someone that is no longer of use to you. Narcissists throw you away in the cruelest and calculated ways, often as they have a new supply that they can use. They do this as they are constantly seeking excessive admiration. They are preoccupied with their ideal, and when something isn't going their way, this questions their ultimate fantasies, and they are fantasies. However, they blame not achieving those things on those around them. When their fantasies don't turn into reality, they blame the people around them. They are very envious of others and seek to take what they want via the quickest route possible. They lack the empathy to be aware of how their behaviour affects or hurts others, only how others have hurt them. Often they then feel anger and resentment to those around them, often holding grudges against people for what the narcissists themselves did to those people. However, they twist the story for the narcissist to play the victim and remain in control. This is often why their discard is done in hideous ways. Most often they move straight on and flaunt their new partner in any way they can, giving you no closure. Any relationship breakup is painful. People who are not narcissistic can act out in hurtful ways. Narcissistic people take it to a whole new level, especially with their smear campaigns, as they try to rewrite history and escape accountability for the very things in which they do to others. With narcissists, there is often a pattern of behaviour, from the love bombing, idolisation, devalue, discard, smear campaign, and many do hoover. There often is a vindictiveness throughout the relationship with a narcissist that we miss through their blame shifting and their gaslighting. This most often, although not always, continues after the relationship has ended. Some will cut you off completely and some will continue to contact you and give you the belief that you could get back together. Some play hideous games. They most often want to humiliate and destroy you after the discard with more lies and smear campaigns as they protect themselves to release the shame and play the victim or the hero to others yet never the villain. The true victim is usually left deep in depression with anxiety and fears running deep, most often blaming themselves, while the narcissistic person swans off into the sunset with your self-esteem, self-love, self-worth, self-trust, life, home and belongings in tatters. They might threaten you, stalk you, intimidate you any way they can, provoke you any way they can to get that reaction from you so they can blame everything on you. They will use your weaknesses and fears against you. Narcissists discard for many reasons. The main one is they've usually found an easier source of supply. The others are you become aware that something wasn't right with their treatment of you or others, so they feared exposure. You called them out on their behaviour and started creating your boundaries and stopped pleasing them, so they felt a loss of control. You stopped giving them emotional responses, so they felt neglected. The games were no longer working on you. You've learned to respond and not react, or when they go into the silent treatment, you no longer chase them and leave them be. They drained you, they took everything from you and hit rock bottom, so you no longer have anything to offer them. As they don't want to help you, they've taken your mental health and often your physical health. They've often drained you financially. You're stressed and depressed with anxieties. They drain you, so there's nothing left that they want from you. They've seen another route to get more. They feel envious of another and entitled to exploit them to get their own needs met. They got bored, they feel like they need more attention and are happy to take the risk as they believe it's your fault for not supplying them with the attention they believe they deserve. Narcissists discard for their own selfish attitude. They don't miss us, not in the way that we miss them, which isn't only due to the trauma bonding, also our empathy and object consistency to care for them. Object consistency is a skill set developed by the age of 2 or 3, meaning even if there is conflict or distance, we still care. A narcissist is often lacking in empathy and lacking in object consistency, meaning as soon as things don't go their way or there is distance, they no longer care. They do, however, miss what we provided for them, or if they see us doing well without them, their envy surfaces and they want us back to repeat the cycle again. The discard is often an illusion as it's often temporary. Many a narcissist will go back to an old supply if they feel there is a chance and something to gain by doing so, only to cycle back around the same pattern. When a narcissist gets to a point when they see you doing better, so they feel jealous or envious towards you, they may come back with that hoover to use you again. It takes an average of 7 attempts to leave an abusive relationship. Once you know all about NPD, most often you go. Some have doubts, is it me, and might try one more time. Most often that will be the last time. With the hoover, they can triangulate the exes and the new supply to get them both to please the narcissist and beg the narcissist for attention. There is no winner in this other than the narcissist. The best thing you can do for you and the new partner or the ex-partner of theirs is taking yourself out of the equation and leave the partner to work it out for themselves, as they too are being love bombed, so will not listen to reason from you. When you take a narcissist back, it's always temporary and their behaviour often gets worse the more they get away with, the more they don't see themselves as the problem. They never come back because they love you. It's never about you. It's always about them. It's always about them exploiting people. It's always about them using people in any way they can. Remember, the final discard often comes from you. How do you recover? Grieve the loss. Cry. Set a time limit for you that you will grieve, you will cry, you might stay in your bed, you might eat a lot of ice cream. Set that time limit for you. Write out the false reality that the narcissist sold you and write out the true reality. Give yourself the closure. They'll never give you closure and they will only ever blame shift onto you, making you feel worse. Remember the bad that they put you through. Focus on the positives of why life will be better without them. Work on your anxiety triggers. Create new routines. Start doing all those things that you wanted to do that the narcissist will not allow you to do. Any doubts? Tell the story as if it happened to someone you really cared about. What advice would you give that person? Be your own best friend, be your own best advisor. Work on your mindset. It was not your fault. You are lovable, you are worthy. They could not recognise your worth. They were unworthy of you. Work on filling your human needs up in more positive, constructive ways. Things like joining support groups help you by helping others learn about the experience. Fills your need for contribution, growth, connection. If once you've learned it, you're no longer interested, learn something new to keep you growing and keep you to be true to who you want to be. Create new routines to feel certainty. Try new activities and hobbies. Learn your values, learn your beliefs, raise your standards and create your boundaries. Make sure you rest and take care of your needs. Exercise, yoga, meditation, mindfulness and laughter. Keep going. People have got past this before you can, and you will move past the discard onto a much happier life for you. I shall add in the description the video on limiting beliefs and the other video on the narcissist discard to give you more information. Also the links to the online courses, which are just a step-to-step guide for more information on narcissistic abuse and how to overcome narcissistic abuse. I am full for one-to-one coaching. I have partnered with BetterHelp and their sponsored link is in the description if anyone's looking for therapy. EMDR treatment is an excellent method to help people recover from past traumas. If anyone has any advice on what helped them overcome narcissistic abuse or break free from the trauma bond and the discard, please do add that into the comments. Thank you very much for listening, and go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.